So that's it. Hopefully, if we have time and opportunities, we can deal with this in more detail. Okay. By the way, we connect the model with the VFP and the well trajectory using these keywords. Okay, that being said, let's go to the main course. Maybe saturation of gas, we can start here. So as usual, we just need to click, run. And then you can see we have 9 wells here. Okay, injector 1 to 9. And then you can see at initial time, at early time, saturation gas is 0. Now we inject CO2 in gaseous phase. Okay, because if you check our keyword files here, do we have rtemp? Wait a minute. Okay, reservoir temperature. We are going to find that maybe in, not here, but do we have that in grid? No, of course not. PVT, do we have something like temperature? Yeah. So now the reservoir temperature is at 35. All right, 35 degrees Celsius, the 35 centigrade. And with the pressure that we have here in bars absolute, the gas inside the aquifer will be in gaseous phase or supercritical phase, if you are familiar with that term. Okay. So CO2 will be in the gaseous state or supercritical state, because in this model, the supercritical state will be regarded as gaseous phase, gaseous state. Okay, so continue. All right. We can also check to saturation of oil. Still no oil, right? Because we are not injecting oil. We are injecting CO2. But CO2, the supercritical CO2, will be considered in the model as gaseous state. That's why we have saturation gas here. Okay. By the way, this is the default from the tNavigator. Of course, we can change the location of the injector. If you consider it to be too tight, the spacing, you can basically move this injector down there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the injection or the operation, the simulation completed. Now we are going to make sure that we are now in supercritical state. So if we maximize and touch the grid, right click, we can click this one, click on this one, show in PVT designer to know where we are actually in the phase diagram. So click on that. Okay, so this is where we are. So now we have the PVT designer window. Let me squeeze it. Okay. So again, you can right click in this gaseous area, right? And then you can right click and yeah. So now we are located at this critical point. You can see here the yellow color critical point, and our location is, if we expand, is right there. So if this is the critical point and we are located up there, it means that we are in supercritical state. Below this point, we have really the true gaseous state. At that side, we will have liquid state, but at that side, we have supercritical state, to be exact. Okay, so we have, confirmed that when we inject the CO2 in the given reservoir temperature and pressure, we are injecting in supercritical state. We have the phase envelope for the CO2. Okay, and we are currently taking the point from this cell, X31, Y48, Z1. Of course, you can also check the condition at other grid, but that will be the same thing. We are injecting in supercritical condition.